10, 15 years ago, if you were a startup in San Francisco, all of your employees, right, had to be in that San Francisco area. So, employees 1 through 25 are right there or whatever. That's completely turned on its head now.
I know Multiplier has some interesting data on this, but have you seen any interesting hiring trends in different, certain industries going to certain countries? Tell me.
So I think the most interesting trend that came along was that the Philippines is still the biggest market that is supporting the United States businesses today. And
what kind of jobs? What do you mean?
I'm talking, it's fairly agnostic. You're talking about accounting, HR, marketing, some engineering roles. It's across the board. And it's predominantly because Philippines and San Francisco share the West Coast share very manageable time zone difference. Wages in the Philippines are, I would say, 10% or 15% that of United States. And that makes it a very, very, great market to employ from. Of course, there's also India, which is also, but there's very heavy on engineering and technology roles. Time zone gaps is much larger, and that presents a bigger challenge. What was most interesting is Canada is also always there amongst the top 3 markets supporting United States companies today. Yeah.
Is there any difference in large versus small companies, are big corporations versus startups adopting global employment more or less than each other?
I would say the enterprises have been taking advantage of offshore centers for at least 30, 40 years. Visa, MasterCard, Google, Microsoft have had offices in Mexico, India, Philippines for an incredibly...
That was customer service though, but you think in a more dramatic way now.
Yes, they're also now building a lot more stuff because you have such a big pool, and they're also recognizing that talent is everywhere. And foundationally, it also costs so much to physically import people to their HQs. So they have sufficiently large numbers to hire in market nowadays. Where we have seen the greatest amount of change is with small and medium-sized businesses over the last 4 or 5 years, thanks to an EOR solution like Multipliers. We've seen a lot of SMEs participate in building global teams.
I think that's very interesting when you think about it. 10, 15 years ago, if you were a startup in San Francisco, all of your employees, right, had to be in that San Francisco area. So, employees 1 through 25 are right there or whatever. That's completely turned on its head now, right? So you can start a startup in San Francisco, employees 1 through 10 can be all over the world, and you found, again, ideally, maybe even better fit talent than you might have found in your immediate geographic area. So this is a huge potential, lift for any type of startup or small business to be able to say, I'm no longer bound to my immediate area. And yeah, larger corporations have always had some access to global markets, but smaller did not have it as much. And I think that's what's really changed now.